Hello, today I'm going to give you a very brief overview of globalization. I want you to notice the word global in the word globalization because it should remind you of the entire world. All right, so here we go. The first word that I want you to associate with globalization is the word interconnected or interconnectedness. Today, our world is more connected than it ever has been before. We can easily travel from one side of the planet to another side of the planet. We can easily communicate with people on the other side of the planet. So, our world has never been so connected. If right now you were to pause this and turn around the shirt that you're wearing and look at the tag, you would probably see that that shirt is not made in the United States. You may be wearing a t-shirt where the cotton came from India and the cotton was shipped to Vietnam in order to sew the t-shirt, and then it was put on a ship and brought here to a store where someone bought the shirt that you're wearing. So again, every product we use, all the things that we do, we are very interconnected. Globalization is not a new thing in the world. It's been around a long time. We see examples of it in history through the empire of Alexander the Great, through the Silk Road and all the transactions that happened along that. That was the biggest early example of globalization. During the age of exploration, of course, we see people leaving one continent and going across the ocean to another continent and bringing goods and trading and ideas and culture. All of that is globalization. We also see it during the Industrial Revolution, where we got raw materials from one continent, we manufactured goods on another continent, and then we sold them on a third continent. That is globalization. Modern globalization, however, is a little different. Modern globalization didn't really start until the end of the Cold War. Once you had the two superpowers of the United States and the Soviet Union stop competing with each other for everything, then it really opened up the world to a new way of trade and cooperation. Today, we are more connected than we have ever been before through the goods that we buy, through the jobs that we have, from our communication to our transportation to our technology needs, more connected than we ever have been before, which is both positive and negative. So let's talk about that. First, let's talk about the impact of globalization on culture. Some positives of this is that when cultures mix together, we can learn from other cultures. And oftentimes, once we truly learn from other cultures, that makes us much more tolerant human beings of other people and their situations. Some negatives, however, is that a lot of the same products get marketed around the planet. Coca-Cola and McDonald's are in nearly every country in the world. So that's kind of a good thing, but not necessarily a great thing if we're all consuming the same products, because this can lead to a loss of culture. Some cultures may just get absorbed by more dominant cultures, and that's probably not a great thing. Technology. Some positives of technology in our globalized world. We've improved health, education, our economy, but the negative is technology, you have people who have it and can afford it, and people who don't have it and cannot afford it. So technology has really helped to widen the gap between rich people and poor people around the world. The health and environmental impact. These are things that you already know. Climate change, pollution, and finally, disease. We travel around the planet a lot more easily now, so sometimes diseases get spread a little bit more. Hello, but let's not talk about that right now. I think we already probably know enough about that. So, to recap, on one end of the spectrum, you have globalization, where the world is really connected and working together. On the other end of the spectrum, you have nationalism, where countries are really only looking out for themselves. Neither extreme is great. And we've just talked about some of the negatives of globalization. And from learning history, you should definitely know some of the negatives of nationalism. So, where we belong on this spectrum is kind of up to you and what you think. But I hope that this gives you something to think about. Where do you think we should be on this spectrum? All right, so that has been a little bit about globalization. Now, answer the questions. If you're struggling with the questions, then rewatch this video.